In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips that allowed me to improve my reading speed in law school. So if this is something that you want to work on, then I guess you came to the right place. Hi everyone, my name is Tina and I am the content creator over at www.totallylegal.com, and I make content on law school, law student lifestyle, and lifestyle in general. So if these are the topics that interest you the most, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Mentioned in my previous video, which by the way you can find on the cards anywhere above this video or your screen, I mentioned that reading speed is not the sole determinant of your success in law school, but I also emphasize that if you have that skill or if you can read fast, then of course you have an edge in law school, because the more that you can read in a shorter period of time, of course the more that you can accomplish. So if you want to do more, let's get started. The first tip is for you to get your baseline. So when I say baseline, this is your current reading speed. So how are you going to do that? It all depends on you. Say for instance, when I was in first year or second year in law school, I would get my baseline by using a timer or a stopwatch, and I will count the number of pages that I can read for an hour. It doesn't matter whether you like it within an hour, within 30 minutes, within 2 hours. It's all up to you. That was just my example, and that was my method back then, because I don't know, there's no rocket science about it. I just want to use that method to measure my baseline. So why do you need to determine your current reading speed? Of course, how will you be able to know if you're progressing throughout the process if you don't have something to compare it with? And your baseline will do just that. So my second tip for you would be to look for topic sentences or headings. So topic sentences, or a topic sentence, contains the main idea or topic of a paragraph. So why do you have to use these topic sentences? Well, if they contain the main idea or topic of the paragraphs that you're reading, you'll pretty much know what those paragraphs what those paragraphs are all about. And if you have that idea or if you have that topic in mind, you will know which information to pluck and to focus on and to incorporate in your study, thus saving you time to scour on a number of paragraphs that you read or that you have in front of you. Now, if you are already in law school and you have already seen a law book, I highly suggest that before reading, you skim through the headings of the pages that you would like to read. Because the headings, my friends, are like topic sentences. They contain the main idea or the main topic that the author seeks to discuss on that specific part of the text. And just the same, it gives you that idea in mind that you will focus on, so that when you read through, you will know which information is important for your study. Tip number 3, eliminate all distractions. You know how it works. Distractions are everywhere. Cluttered desk, social media, SMS or text messages, notifications on emails and whatnot. These hamper your reading because it takes away your focus from you. And if you're not focused on reading, you have the tendency to just read, pass upon a page, and then later realizing that you haven't understood even a single thing from what you read. you then have the tendency to go back and reread everything. And that's a waste of time. And that actually slows you down. My fourth tip would be for you to use readily available instruments or tools to guide you through reading. So what are these tools? You can use pencil, highlighters, ball pen, Sharpie, and the like. Now the idea here is to use these tools to guide your eyes through the sea of words or a bunch of sentences that you see on your reading material. Choose a convenient place to read or to study. However, that place shouldn't be too comfortable. Now, why I have to say this? Sometimes we become reluctant or complacent when we are too comfortable whenever we're reading or studying. If the place is too comfortable, too cozy, you have the tendency to sleep, to take long naps, and eventually when you do that, you lose your focus, and worse, you lose the time that you're supposed to have spent on reading to something else. Tip number 6 is to make reading your daily habit. So you really have to allot a specific time of the day and specific number of hours or minutes for you to read. Reading, just like exercise, requires stamina, and you can only achieve that stamina and eventually train yourself to read faster if you get to assimilate the idea of reading. And you can only do that if you make it a habit every single day to read. Tip number 7 is to read more in the days ahead. Did I mention that reading is like physical exercise? Well, that's true. Just like runners or athletes, they tend to increase the number of routines that they perform, so they will become better and faster. The same thing goes with reading. So if you think you can complete like 8 to 10 pages in 30 minutes or 1 hour, do not be contented and complacent. You have to keep challenging yourself. For our final tip number 8, do not procrastinate. So if you really want to improve your reading speed, you have to start today. Grab a book, assess your reading speed, perform all the tips that I mentioned a while ago, and you will be surprised of how much you can do. Sometimes procrastination just ruins everything, and the time that we're supposed to be spending on reading and improving our reading speed or even improving ourselves are ruined because we procrastinate. We want to do things later, and eventually we don't get to do them at all. So there you have it, 8 super simple tips on how to read faster in law school. They're so simple, you can start doing them right now. You don't need a lot of resources, you don't need to spend so much effort and money. You just have to stick to your goal to make it happen. Now, if you've learned a thing or two from this video, I would really appreciate if you will share this with your friends, specifically with your law school friends who are looking into increasing their reading speed for law school. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys next time, and I'll talk to you soon. But until then, keep safe and God bless.